here we have a wonderful mammoth tooth effigy with the mammoth facing right and that eye up there by the top of the forehead there. We have an eye that's been carved a little bit right there. But we have the roots that have been shaved off all across that bottom area. And that root was left just that length. And we have the mammoth facing right, made out of this beautiful Siberian mammoth tooth. Now with mammoth teeth, they flaked the front of the tooth at the top, near the top of the tooth, to image the hair tuft atop the mammoth head. That's all been flaked in Paleo times. So just a wonderful, wonderful mammoth effigy. It's been treated so that it doesn't deteriorate at all once it was excavated in Siberia. And there, of course, we have the area that's all been worked. And then, of course, we have a mammoth now. Cool, mammoth right there, facing left. Nice mammoth image right there, with the hair tuft above the head, all flaked out. And that is pretty standard when it comes to how they image mammoths when they flake mammoth teeth. Here's another example from Siberia right here. And this is another beautiful tooth, a little smaller mammoth, but nonetheless a mammoth tooth, a wonderful tooth. This also from Siberia. The roots have been all cut across there, all shaved across there. Same with the root on the bottom of the trunk. Then we have the mammoth facing right, and you see its hair tuft. Its hair tuft has been etched all the way around. Been etched all the way around. And in fact, this side of the mammoth here is actually a very wonderful image as well. There's the eye of the mammoth, and its hair tuft above the head has been all flaked. What a great mammoth image that is now, facing left. Now these are all mammoth teeth here, and these are all from North America. This was found in a river. It's fossilized, it's a rock, and it's a baby mammoth tooth where the roots have all been shaved. And of course, the eye of the mammoth is here, facing right with the trunk coming down. That's all been worked in Paleo times. That's a very cool mammoth. And that's the slit eye of the mammoth facing left now. Just outstanding. Now we have a mammoth facing right. And another mammoth now. That's a cool baby mammoth with its little trunk here and its eye right there, facing left. Speaking of baby mammoth teeth, this is a very cool specimen. This is actually a mammoth facing right with its eye here and its big sweeping trunk and its hair tuft above its head. This is the black part here. This little black dot is its eye. Big trunk coming down. You have a face looking off this way with the nose and the mouth. Now that eye becomes the face. This eye here is now the face eye. Just a real cool. And you have another face right there. An eye, and a mouth down here looking at you. And they did that on purpose. I'll show you another example here very, very soon here, where they did that with the root system of mammoth teeth. Here's another image here. This would be a little better image right there. The eye of the mammoth, the trunk coming down to the left. Very cool. These little tiny baby teeth must have been one that maybe never made it at birth. Here's another mammoth tooth. Very cool. This was found by a diver in a river in northern Florida where they find Clovis points. And this is a mammoth tooth. This is the enamel. And they flaked it all away right there. All that's been flaked away to form the sloping back of the mammoth. And then, of course, the barnacles, that was attached over the last 12 to 16,000 years whenever this was made. And in a brackish water near the coast, those barnacles formed on it, on the effigy, on the tooth. The barnacles formed after it was carved. You can see that they're attached to the carving here too. And that's the eye of the mammoth right there, facing left. How cool that is. And then we have a face here as well. That's a face looking at us right there. There's a face looking right at us, which would be this eye, and this mouth. And then we have another face with this eye and this mouth looking off to the left. Another mammoth image now facing right. Very cool piece. And one more to share. This is a fossilized tooth here. This came from a river in northern Florida. It's stone. It's fossil, but look at that face. That stone has been flaked away to form the old man's face there, with the eye right there, the nose over here, and the open mouth. We have that wonderful face image that was purposefully carved as a face. Then if we look here, we have another face right there. We have another face looking at us right there. How about that? That's the eyes and the mouth there, nose. Very cool. And then when we turn it upside down like this, and this is stone, by the way, so this is a fossil tooth. It's rock. Now we have a young face looking at us with the eye right here and the mouth down to the lower left, wearing a headdress or an elaborate hairdo. So that's the young face right there. Very cool. And then we have our mammoth images. There's a mammoth now facing right with the exaggerated eye and the baby trunk off to the right bottom there. Now we have another mammoth facing left. More mature mammoth now facing left with the big sweeping trunk and the hair tuft above the head. And then we have another mammoth facing right. And now another baby mammoth facing left. So very cool mammoth teeth that were routinely carved by our Paleo ancestors as story stone, face, and mammoth effigy offerings.